Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Diamond Select Toys Thing, the Special Collector's Edition action figure. Surprise, the Thing is a huge figure, and so much so that the package itself is extremely heavy as also. Down below there's a picture of Thing featured. Also on the side there's once again an image of Thing. Just spin that around. And the back of the package shows the other figures available. You'll also notice the packaging is slightly lopsided just because of how big and bulky the figure seems to be inside. It says be on the lookout for other figures such as Abomination as well as Spider-Man. A brief read-up says, bombarded by cosmic rays along with the rest of the Fantastic Four, Pilot Ben Grimm's transformation was by far the most extreme, resulting in nearly unbreakable rock-like skin and incredible strength. Though often perceived as a monster, the Thing remains the heart of the Fantastic Four and continues to search for a cure to return him to human form while never failing to stand up for what's right. To check out more from the folks over at Diamond Select Toys, you can go to www.diamondselecttoys.com. Spot's going to take a break. Might be a little more extensive of a break, as I have to take this guy completely out of packaging. But when we come back, we're going to get a better look at ever-loving Thing. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. If you blink, you might potentially miss out on the display back card that comes packaged with the figure. I made this mistake actually with Abomination, didn't even realize there was a back card featured, well, on the back of the figure card. One side shows a city traffic scene, and the other side shows the other members of the Fantastic Four. This comes very handy because you also come with a display stand. What you want to do is take the card, fold it just on the creases here, depending on your preference. You can put it either with the Fantastic Four. I might be more inclined, because technically, unless you had it higher up, it doesn't quite gel with Thing. I might be more inclined to go with the traffic scene. And these just sit into it. I can describe to you what I'm doing. It's just this little slot on the bottom of the display stand. Put that in there like that. You can put it behind Thing. Yeah, too small really to serve the purpose of being a display stand. Technically, really, I guess really what they should have done is like the DC superheroes. I know I'm mixing mediums here, but the DC superheroes, remember, had those giant cards. They were taller than the figure, kind of tri-fold, folded at the bottom, and you had a little base. They really should have done that for Thing. You know, stuff like this I would not ever use. Juggernaut had it, Abomination had it, I just didn't use it. You know, it is what it is. We'll just put that to the side. And let's have a look at the Thing. To no surprise, he is huge. He's very big in the arms. That's probably one thing you'll see right away. He's very large in the arms. And this torso piece too, I keep kind of looking at the torso piece. It kind of looks like it's backwards ever so slightly. Just because he's got some weird shaping going on the lower torso. Despite his arms, and despite the fact that he really comes across very short and stocky, he is still one of my favorite Things. He is an older figure as well, but certainly makes up for it, though, in just a really great looking piece. Now, it appears that the body of Thing is either like a brown or black, and then they've actually washed an orange paint on the Thing's body, giving him that rock-like appearance, and the little crevices are still in that darker color. It's a very rewarding looking piece. I say rewarding, but I mean it's a good quality looking piece. I suppose maybe like the orange areas tend to look a little splotchier, more in the arms I find than anything else. The torso itself doesn't seem all that bad. The head on Thing is good too. Let's bring the camera up, just like that. We'll bring the camera in. There we go. The head on Thing is quite nice. It really personifies what you would imagine a Thing figure to be. He's, again, little small. He's a different proportion than maybe the other things that we've seen before. Very short again, very stocky, very big arms, very small head. I still love the head, though. I think the head... My favorite things, I would say, is this one. And the Marvel Legends thing that... I'm trying to think of the line. It was a Fantastic Four line. It was one of the earlier releases from Hasbro. That is also one of my favorite things, too. He almost mirrors the same sort of stockiness, the lower stockiness, I should say, as Juggernaut. Juggernaut also had very bulky, stocky legs. I love the paint also in his boots. His boots are a nice shiny black. Blue's quite nice and clean. Little areas, sure, around the belt that look like they've missed their mark, but for the most part, a well-rounded thing overall. I guess as only a nitpick I could possibly make on the piece is that, again, his arms just look a little more splotchier in paint than the rest of the body. If you can kind of get over that point, I think the Thing figure is quite nice. And, again, as mentioned, very heavy. When it comes to his articulation, well, Thing does have, not only does he have a ball joint, but the ball joint also sits itself on a hinge. Equally so, he has hinges in the shoulders. The shoulders also rotate the arms all the way around. Single hinges in the forearms, and a swivel in the wrist area. When it comes to his waist does also swivel. And finally, his legs hinge out, forward and back, but as you can see, when you move the legs, they don't move out very well. And when you rotate them, they only kind of rotate what seems to be on an angle. Then you've got a single hinge in the knee. Finally, wrapping it up, you've also got a hinge in the foot. Is the Thing perhaps perfect? I would say no. He has a few little hiccups, but overall the piece itself is quite nice. What I really think is the pros to the piece is just his sheer size and bulk. He's really the size of what a Thing really should be, and Marvel Legends have done it, and they've released a couple of different, again, things. I don't think they've really ever encapsulated, ever really packaged a good, bulky Thing. This Thing delivers everything in size. Wish the paint was a little bit cleaner, but for the most part, one of my favorite things. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look at the Marvel Select Thing Special Collector's Edition figure. Certainly stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more Toy Spots heading your way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.